Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have the final round of Sunrise Clash, which is going to be challenge number 6. Now this one is going to be a ranked challenge and there are a bunch of different formations I have to show with you guys based on which heroes you have to get your maximum score from all the testing which was done in the Yapala Discord. But before we get into that, I want to go over one other team for Harmony Challenge 4 which is doing well for people even at a low level of upgrades. So I recommend selecting these buffs you have here, as well as these allied buffs, which are the flute and the bell. And then this is the team formation, using Citrana to reduce the vitality of the opponents. I have Iron in the back to take the Bonnie debuff, and then you have Tassi to stall out at the end. Although, really, when I've been doing runs of this team, usually all of my allies survive right up until the end. Or sometimes they go down here, but then Tassi will always be alive pretty much. I think this is probably the most consistent way of clearing this, even at lower level of upgrades. If this is still not working for you, it might just not be possible for you to clear Harmony Challenge 4. Okay, we're going to move on to the Harmony Challenge 6 teams now. So team number 1, we're going to go through the teams which have managed to get the Milestone 3 complete. And then we'll be running them in the earlier milestones as well. So the first team, as you guys can see here, is going to be a team using Fresto, Citrana. Citrana can be replaced for Tassi if you want to, but Citrana will do the job as well. Sylvina, Bonnie, Ludovic. So a lot of people would have these heroes built up with the Surging Spell. And this is going to be the lineup of enemy buffs you want to select. Basically, most of the mechanics buffs. And then also selecting the heart for the opponent. This is a great team option to get the 10,000 points. Okay guys, so we have Ken the Humans team locked in, which is the first team we showed from the infographic. And yeah, up against Diagonal Dunlinger, but Bonnie definitely is a very strong option to debuff the Diagonal. And then Ludwig is trying to out-sustain the burst of the opponent. And with the Surging Spell as well, with the shielding, that gives you more protection. Okay, so that would be a pretty easy way for you to get the 1,600. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be, you'll need to have these buffs selected. We need to get up to 4,000 points, which we're at 5,300. So you could probably, yeah, I mean, let's go for it. They just want the flute of the enemy, right? They want magic flute, so we can get rid of the harp, and we can still be over the 4,000 target, basically with these buffs. Okay. Now, as for the allied buffs, yeah, again, they're going to be the flute and the harp. We're going to try with the same team. And just watch the Diagonal in the back. So Diagonal gets burst. That's exactly what you want to happen. Another thing about these teams is there's going to be some RNG involved in them. So even if you don't get, like, for example, if it's not working on your first attack, try multiple attacks and it might manage to work. Okay, now finally we're going to lock in all of these. So now we're up to 6,100 and now we're going to fill out the selection from what we have. So the enemy buffs here, we're going to take the harp and then we're going to take all the mechanics related buffs. Right? Because for the stage quest specifically, we need to have healing harp, initial energy, extra energy recovery, wounded fury. So get rid of the flute, go for all of these buffs. And that should get the job done, right? That's exactly 10,000 points. These are the buffs we've selected. And then we've selected the harp as well. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this with the same team. With the Surging Spell. Let's see how quickly will we kill the Diagonal. Okay, the Diagonal manages to cast his ultimate, which is not good for us. But we're still somehow alive. I don't know if it'll be possible. Like, maybe if you do multiple runs, then maybe you can just insta-kill the Diagonal. Maybe that's the RNG you need. But basically, this team should work. And now we're going to try the alternate team. Okay, so Igor in the front, Talion behind the Igor. We have the Surging Spell. Okay, let's take a look at this team and how this is going to do. Okay, so... Oh, almost nuked the Diagonal before he was able to cast his ultimate. I think that's actually what you need to happen in order... Yeah, because this didn't get the clear. So even though this team can clear it, even at the high level of upgrades we have on this account, it didn't clear on the first try. So some of it is going to be related to RNG. But I think that Citrana team really looked nice. Okay, well, again, Diagonal is able to cast his ultimate. So I don't know about this team, to be honest. Looks like we're going to get it here, but... Yeah, I don't know. This is basically another team that you can try. Another option, and this is actually going to get you higher ranking points, is going to be, okay, you ignore the harp. Now we're not going to be selecting harp for the opponent anymore because it's kind of a strong buff. We're going to give them the flute. We're going to give them the drum. Flute and drum, and we're going to have our own buffs of the horn and the harp. And as for the enemy buffs that we want, we're not going to give them this final one this one, which is the Wounded Fear, because that's a pretty offensive buff. And this is going to get 10,400. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and run this team. So that this team is going to be Frestos in the front. You're going to have Bonnie up here. You're going to have the Tossie. So like a lot of basically the solid heroes. It's going to be with the Storm Strike trying to nuke the opponents. Storm Strike. There's not going to be a Ludovic here. There's going to be Thorin and Lily May. So Lily May will be behind the main Fresto, Thorin in front of the Bonnie. Okay. Let's see this team. So again, it's going to go for the Tossie type of Stroll Out comp. But this one looked really smooth. Yeah, this looked pretty smooth, nuking down the enemies. So this is going to allow you to break the 10,000 point mark. Okay, now moving on to a team which is at 13,100 points. So 13,100 points. As for the buffs that we want to select, now we're going to be selecting some more of these buffs, but we're not going to be selecting this final initial defense boost. And we're also going to be selecting some of the advanced buffs, which are going to be the first 3 and then the final 2. These are going to be basically the buff lineups that we want. We're going to be running the Echo for the opponent here, and those are going to be the buff setup that we want. Now we're going to be running the Flute and the Harp, so we'll have the Flute and the Harp, and then we're going to be done and good to go. So we have the Flute and the Harp. Okay, so this is going to be with the Storm Strike spell, and it will, I think basically all the teams pretty much are going to be using Bonnie. That is important to note. This one will have Bonnie, it will have Lily May, it will have the Fresto. Fresto, main Fresto in front of Lily May like we have here. Now we're going to have Ludovic in front of the Bonnie. And then the final hero here is going to be the twins. And it will be the blue twin in the back and the pink twin in the front with the Storm Strike spell. Okay, let's get into this team. And this team, the credit for this team goes to Holims. So the idea is to sustain the burst of Diurnal and then work him down. Okay, this is pretty smooth as well. Pretty smooth. Okay, so moving on to the next team. We have a team from, Soy. And this is going to be using the Harp and the Horn. So Horn and Harp. And we're going to have the buffs are going to be very similar to what we have here. However, we're going to lock in 3 buffs for the opponent. The Horn, the Drum, and the Flute. And for the mechanics, we're going to have the same mechanics lineup as we just ran. And on top of this, we're going to have these 2 buffs as well as this one. Remove that one and keep this life drain one. So that is going to be in total 14,400 or 14,400 points. If we want to, we can also go for the powerful. Do we want to go for powerful boost? No, that is way too strong. We can go for this one attack boost 25% to get an extra 300, and this is something you can consider because it's just basically extra 300, but 25% attack boost. I don't know if that is going to be a good idea or not, but we're going to try this one now. So this is going to be with the Harmonic spell. So Harmonic spell, and the credit for this team goes to Soy, like we said. So it will be 3 wild heroes, which are going to be Lenya. Lenya is going to be here. Lily May going to be in the back. Then we're going to have Lorison. And we will have Bonnie. And now, because these are the high-ranking teams, you're going to need to have these heroes invested into. Probably Supreme Plus and plus 10, plus 15 exclusive equipment should be enough. Okay, so this is a team comp. Let's go ahead and take a look at it and see how safe it is. Because they have the 25% bonus attack right now. So I don't know if that's a good idea. Yeah, like, look at that. That wiped. So if it wipes, you know, honestly, what I would recommend is just turn off this 25% attack. Like, this 25% attack can allow you to get a higher score, but it will really need you to do a lot of runs to make it work. Like, I think if you have that attack turned off, your team has a pretty big advantage. Like, look at this. Now we're surviving much better. All 4 allies are alive, and we do manage to clean it up. Maybe it's doable with that 25% attack, and I think it is. However, it is going to come at the cost. You're going to have to do a lot of runs in order to pull it off. Okay, so now we have a team from the VN community, and this is going to be using the Harp and the Horn like we have here. The buffs are going to be the same mechanics, the same melody trial, multiple select. Now for the advanced buffs, it's going to be 3 and 3, just not this, basically not this range defense boost, because then you want to go for a primarily physical team. And then as for the other things, they even going crazier. For the stat boost, they're going for all of the offensive buffs. That's crazy. 25, 50, and 100% attack. Okay, and it is also using all of the attack buffs and the powerful boosts. But this is basically turning into an RNG fest. Because if the opponent gets off even 1 or 2 attacks, they're going to kill you with all of these attack buffs. So this is why this is probably going to take a lot of runs. Who knows how long this is going to take. Okay, but it will be Lenya. It will be Lily May as well. Basically, some of the strongest heroes in the game. It will also be Taylene. And then finally, it's going to be Pheramore. So apparently, Pheramore can be replaced for Brutus in the same position. However, Pheramore is the way that people have managed to get it done. And it is with the Harmonic spell. Okay, I'm honestly really scared to even start this run. Because the opponent has massive attack buffs. Like, they're probably going to be able to one-shot us if we don't get the perfect RNG. Okay, but it looks really good so far. Wow, okay, we survived much better than I expected. We're going to try again. This is the team setup. You're going to need, if you want to get that maximum score, you're going to need to do a lot of runs. And the good thing is you have unlimited runs at least. So like you can keep running into the... Okay, that was just a super easy clear. And the opponent basically didn't get off any damage. So that's basically what you need to happen. If you want to be able to get this 12 score, you need the RNG that will prevent the opponent from getting off a single attack basically. Okay, now we have one of the overall top teams of today. And this is going to be using the Echo as well. The buffs are going to be all of these ones here. And then advanced are going to be all of these buffs. And then, yeah, so this is it. 19,300, these buff selection. Allied buffs are going to be the Horn and the Harp, like always. And we're going to have, so Taylene Lenya. It's going to be Taylene Lenya. Is going to be with the Harmonic spell. It'll be Lily May. No Pheramore here. It'll be Lorson and Harak. Or Harak can be replaced for Athalia. Depending on which hero you have better built up. You can go for that. Lorson. Okay, so this is going to be pretty crazy. Let's take a look at this. So, okay. I mean, Lorson has already gone down. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. So we're going to have to do a couple runs of this. But Harak can be replaced by Athalia. If you have Athalia belted or Harak, for example, and you can try this. But again, this is going to need a lot of RNG. Like... You're going to need to have basically the perfect fight play out in order to get the clear. Otherwise, if the opponent even gets in a few attacks, it's going to nuke your team. Like you're seeing here. Like Lorson just gets killed right at the beginning of the match. And the other heroes survive for a while, but then they pretty soon get burst down as well. So I don't know like how many times we're expected to run this in order to pull this off. But we're going to keep trying. This is the right formation, so let's keep trying. So yeah, these teams are probably going to be out of reach other than for whale players, like in order to actually clear these, like because we have a full Paragon 4 account, plus 20 exclusive equipment on basically all of the heroes here, and even plus 25 on 2, like Lily May and Harak. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Harak dies too quickly. I'm going to try with Athalia because I don't know, like this is seeming pretty... bad on RNG for the Harak, but it might be even worse for Athalia, especially on this account. It's just Supreme plus Athalia plus 20 exclusive equipment, but let's see what happens here. Because the thing is, Harak seems to be too slow, right? So like, okay, we got it. Did we get it? We got it on our first try with Athalia. That's going to be rank 8 though. Okay guys, there's another top performing team that just came out by Circe, also getting 19,300 points without needing an upgraded Celestial Hypogean. These are going to be the buff setup like we used for the other 19,300, and we're going to get into it. It is using Pheramore. So like up front, Pheramore in front of Lenya, Lorson in the back, and Lily May in the corner with the Harmonic spell. He even made it work with the 1 copy Lorson, upgraded to Supreme, but the other heroes he did have built up to Supreme Plus at least. And there's going to be a bit of RNG about killing the Scarlita at the perfect time at the end. But overall, I did a couple of runs of it, and it was pretty consistent. Like, look at that. But we have a really highly upgraded account. But even for an account that's lower upgraded, this is a great way of getting that 19,300 to get your basically top score. And the thing is, guys, when you look at all of the buffs which have been selected, getting higher than 19,300 is not going to be easy. The only possible way most likely going to be able to do it is going to be getting this this range defense boost to get like a bonus in 19,800. Apart from that, I don't think it's going to be possible. If you use any of the other buffs here, you give the opponent way too much power to be able to tank your initial burst, and then you're not going to be able to clear it. So I honestly think as of right now, 19,800 is looking like the hard cap, and the soft cap is really 19,300, which can be done with this team. Okay, now if we take a look at the leaderboard, okay, everyone's going to 19,300. Now there is a new team which has just come out, but it is incredible. Like the only people who have cleared it are with Paragon 4 Athalias. So I don't know if we're actually gonna be able to do it. But what they do is they just add in one buff, the range defense boost, 19,800. Okay. And our buff lineup is going to be the same. And it is just going to be, so Talene, Lenya, Lily May, Lorison, and Athalia behind the Lenya. Okay? With the Harmonic spell, this is the formation. I don't know if it's going to work at the Supreme Plus Athalia. People have been trying it even with Paragon 2 and it hasn't been working. So like, because the thing is, when you look at this, the range defense boost is going to reduce Lily May's damage. It's going to reduce Lorison's damage. It's even going to reduce Talene's damage. So like, you're really at a heavy disadvantage by locking this buff. I don't know how many runs we're gonna... I don't know. Like, people have tried like 50 runs of this and it hasn't worked for them. I don't know if this is gonna be doable unless you have like literally a Paragon 4 full account. But like, I don't know. If you had Supreme Plus Athalia compared to Paragon 4 Athalia, it's like 10% or 11% stat lower. Which might make the difference. But I feel like if you just got that perfect RNG, maybe it could be enough. But no, this is not looking good, right? Guys, we finally hit it. I don't know how many runs I did. Definitely over 50. But we got it with the Supreme Plus Athalia and basically perfect RNG. The Lily May needs to solo at the end and solo the Scarlita. That is what has to happen. We're going to take a look at this replay just briefly. But this is overall the top score of any team put together for today. And if you look at it right here... So everything needs to survive, and then Scarlita knocks off Athalia, but Lily May just needs to clean it up. So Lily May needs to survive right up until the end and use a Brainstorm Ballet, but then now we've got that rank 1 position. And like I mentioned to you guys, when you take a look at the buffs, which are going to be here, I really do not see how we can add any more enemy buffs and also be able to clear this, because we have all the offensive buffs chosen. Any other buff here is a massive defensive advantage, which will just prevent you from nuking through the opponent. And so that is why I think it's actually a race to the 19,800 spot, because whoever gets that 19,800 first, even if my other people on my server get it, we've already gone there first, which means we're going to be in probably the rank 1 position. Unless some other crazy team comes out. But for right now, these are the top teams. A bunch of great teams in this video, by the way. So hopefully you can get a good score as well. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this in here. I think we're probably going to end off the video here. This basically shows you all the top teams. This final one is going to need insane RNG for you to pull it off. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this one. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's hit it before the end of the season. Also, guys, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And we chat about everything related to AFK Journey there. So I look forward to chatting with you guys there. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, everyone, peace out for now.